Ladies and gentlemen, it's Matt Bailey. I'm your National Ambassador for the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. Thank you so much for tuning in to another live stream. I love going live. I could say that over and over, of course, because I do. I love going live. I love actually doing these live streams and having a chat with you and introducing things and showing new things and having these special instances like tonight to actually explore some of what's coming up as early as on announcement tomorrow, because tomorrow is 1 week before Outturn. So a week before Outturn, the first Friday of every month, we like to deliver the Outturn into your inbox, onto socials, and show members what we are doing and what's coming up in Outturn. So you've got a week to read the Outturn, to peruse it, to pick out your bottlings, and to start working out which ones you want to grab. And sometimes, obviously, some casks go in high demand, some are lower demand, but all casks go through our expert tasting panel. The expert tasting panel is devised up of people in the UK who we work closely with the Scotch Whisky Research Institute and the SMWS on building out the world's best single cask whiskies. We believe they are anyway. And we love members that get to really enjoy them. James Caden says, there's Bailey instead of where's Bailey. I get it. Good evening from SA. Good evening to SA. Now, tonight is a really an evening, Matt. Sorry, there we go. Lots of comments and messages coming in. I'm going to throw them all up on screen, so as many as I can. So please keep them coming through. Tonight is about the exclusive cask reveal of the Gathering 2021 exclusive cask reveal. That's what we're doing tonight. I'm going to show you some slides of what's coming up. I had a member message me earlier this evening, asking me what the Gathering's all about, and I'll say I'll talk a bit about that on the stream. So I want to start there. We then have a very special guest coming in, guests, I should say, plural, on this stream, which I didn't even actually announce to anyone, which is a nice little secret. So if you're watching right now, stay tuned because we've actually got a really exciting special guest jumping on in the stream in a minute. And of course, I'm going to show you, we're going to do the big reveal of what this whiskey is, and what the Gathering Cask for the Australian exclusive single cask is. So let me bring that, let me bring up my side screen again here. I'll show you this for now. That's the cover of Outturn that is up, going up online tomorrow for viewing. Now, that's our full Gathering edition. Your whiskey loving it says, this month we're coming together to enjoy positive vibes, feelings of friendship, and our love of whiskey. There's the bus full of characters that we see on the flavor bus, if you like. It's our Gathering edition this month. I'm going to show you some of what's coming up in here. It's about the global gathering. Now, like I said, I've had some members message me even in the last 24 hours saying, I've heard of this gathering thing. I've only been a member for a few minutes, or I've been a member for maybe a year, but what's the gathering about? It's about coming together. It's about all the branches around the world coming together and forming what we like to call a global gathering, a meeting of members from around the world coming together in different locations and different times throughout the whole month of September. It's a chance for us to come together as a club because we do a lot of interesting little tastings around every month. They might be beer and whiskey pairings. They might be restaurant dinners. They might be gelato and whiskey pairings. They might be all sorts of things that we do and get the opportunity to do, especially outside of lockdowns. And say, coming together of all these events that we do. And it was in 2018 when this, I think it was 18 or 19, this event happened where Pip Hill's standing up the front there at the vaults, came together for the gathering. He poured a dram of SMWS 1.1 for everyone in the room. So if you were in that room that evening, you were in for a real treat, tasting a piece of liquid history, absolutely, but also tasting casks of society whiskey that are picked out for the gathering month for members around the world. And then in 2019, it went to sort of going into each branch of the society, each country getting their own cask. And we got a really healthy allocation in 2019 of a cask. I can't quite recall which one it was. Because we got a sort of a bunch of different gathering casks. And then in 2020, we went to exclusive cask per branch. We were also able to do lots of mini events around the gathering format. There's one of my favorite ones is doing things like distillery focus nights like this, the Gathering Bruichladdich night, which is where a focus night of Bruichladdich whiskies. We also got to do the Vault 1682 tasting in Sydney in September 2019. That was a gathering event as well. That was some tasting of some rather rare and interesting whiskies in that lineup, some rather absolute cracking good whiskies in that lineup. And then, of course, Gathering Melbourne, which was a great spot to have the whole sort of Kelvin Club in Melbourne filled with members and doing the gathering there as well. That's what the gathering is all about. It's about coming together and, of course, doing our virtual gathering as well, which is what even more important. We were doing virtual gatherings, by the way, well before COVIDs and coronas and things were a thing. So we're quite well versed at doing these virtual events already. We just like to bring them even further afield and actually have a lot more fun with them, and actually bring them in and have these virtual gathering events where we're able to send these packs out, which we're doing again in September this month, is creating this amazing virtual pack that you can actually jump on. Now, we asked our members back in 2020, earlier around, if you came to a tasting of the societies between, let's say, August and October in 2020, the restrictions were lifting around that time. We held a whole lot of events. We also held a whole lot of virtual events in those months. And in some of those virtual events, we did things like we sent out a whole bunch of samples. Name this cask. That's all it said. We wanted our members to name this cask. So there's the cask that is our malt of the month and our gathering exclusive bottling. We sent out, I think I must have sent out at least, I'm going to say 80 to 100 of those samples. I poured out a whole bunch more of these glass bottles here, which I'll hold up to the camera so you can see them. So we poured out heaps of these like sample bottles, if you like, trade sample bottles of the Gathering Cask to members around Australia, in Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. At least those 4 cities I know got to try it. Maybe Perth, maybe Hobart, maybe Adelaide. I can't remember. And then we asked members to submit names. Some of the names that came back were quite creative. Some of them were fantastic. Some of them would never, ever fly. Some of them wouldn't work ever. Either, the kind of names that don't ever work for us would be names where they're either too long or they're you can't fit that many words on a bottle. And or they might be a brand name or trademark of someone else, and not overly keen to get, sued by Disney or Universal or whatever names you were trying to throw at us. And so there were some names which obviously didn't pass the muster. We couldn't get around. But there were at least, I'd say, on top of that, we had about 400 names submitted for this cask, which is really exciting. So this is a cask that you've named and has been approved by Australian members. We think that's rather cool because this cask is for you. This is for our members. We want Australian members to approve this cask, if you like. So then we had that's right. So last year we had So Many Colors in a Rainbow, exclusive to Australia, a sweet, fruity and mellow 26.147 Global Gathering Cask. We were really happy with this cask because it was a 26, and 26s are damn cool. I mean, they're waxy, fun, exuberant whiskeys that are just, I know members who bought 2-3 bottles of this whiskey. I got 2 myself. They were so good because it was diluted, just a super tasty, waxy, lovely job. Now, it was a great cask, and we decided that for this year, we'd ask a member to name this year's whiskey, to name the Gathering Cask for this year. And so the other day I posted this photo online, and we also sort of featured it on our socials. That is the Gathering Cask for this year. Now, before I've actually got the guests here with us, joining us on the stream in just a second, who actually helped name this cask. Now, before I bring them on, I'm just going to show one more sort of sneak peek here. There it is. Please excuse my very bad photoshopping job of hiding names and things. I'm going to give away that much detail for now. Global Gathering, Juicy Oak and Vanilla is the flavor profile, which we can see from that color strip there. It's a 9-year-old, a little bit older than last year's. Distilled 6th of April, 2011. Anyone here born on 6th of April? Anyone region Speyside, which is kind of exciting. And it's from a first fill ex-bourbon barrel. We have a special guest. Yes, we've got some special guests coming on. Sorry. We're going to grab some of those comments in between here. I was meant to ask when I saw you in Destination Cellars the other day. How was the Taz Whiskey Week marathon went? I wasn't in Destination Cellars the other day. Jay Herds, you might be talking to someone else. I'm sorry. Did you speak to someone who claimed they were Matt Bailey in Destination Cellars? A lot of people try and impersonate me. I'm getting used to it. Oh no, he's talking Mark Teague. Sorry. There we go. So yeah, lots of 24.147 was 26.147. 26.147 was great. I really appreciate that. It was. Some guesses coming through at the moment. What this is going to be, Distillery 1. Okay, could be Distillery 1. Might be, might not be. Inside info, Mark. I don't think he does. I don't know. Must have been that imposter I saw at WNA. Could be an imposter. Matt Bailey's everywhere. The Matt and Mark show. Yeah, there you go. Look, I mean, there's some great comments coming in. There's some guesses. There's some great guesses coming in. Now, before I do a full reveal, I'm going to just bring in the people who named it. Now, this whiskey was named by a member. Now, we had 400 different names for this whiskey, but there was one in particular that popped that we really liked that a member named and just really encapsulated the flavor of this whiskey and sort of had a bit of a rhyming lilt to it. And so I want to talk to them about how this all came about and how they came up with this name before we even reveal the name, that is. So please welcome to the stream Sebastian Davies Mills and his lovely partner Claire. We're going to bring them both in now, and let's see if this works. Here we go. It works. It works.
G'day, Matt. How are you?
Good. How are we going?
Very well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, indeed, and lovely to see you both. This is really exciting for us because you named this cask we're about to reveal.
We did back in, I think it must have been September, October last year, about a year ago. We got this little, I've still got it, with one very small drop of whiskey that's still in there. And after dinner one evening, we tasted it together because Claire's very good with the names and the creativity, and she actually got me the membership back a couple of years ago now, and so it was appropriate for us to try it together. But we were just so impressed with it, and it's fantastic. I think everyone will really enjoy it.
So, Sebastian, you actually joined the society off Claire's recommendation, in like 2019, somewhere around then?
Claire's dad actually was a member before me and gave me the opportunity to taste some whiskey, and I was pretty impressed with it, and Claire bought me a membership for my birthday, and I've maintained it since then.
I can't think of a better birthday present. There you go.
Yeah, not me either. It was very good.
Yeah, and so Claire, what's your creative background? How did this come about for you, this name, without saying it?
I don't know. I guess it was really, the flavors were really lovely and sort of reminded me of things I possibly had tasted before. So it was kind of like a nice, I guess, it was all related to.
There's some strong notes in there, and there's some subtleties as well, and that's what we tried to sort of encapsulate in the name.
And we're both very different people, and tasting it, we had different flavour notes as well. So we were trying to think of something that might sort of encapsulate what everyone sort of tastes as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's some really that it's one of those magical things about flavour that it can recall memory of childhood flavours and tastes and aromas and things that we've had in the past. And I think you've almost encapsulated that with this name. This, for me, felt like the ultimate sort of Sunday breakfast kind of name. That makes sense.
That's right, definitely. And I mean, if you're having it for Sunday breakfast, you're doing your last day of the weekend well, I think.
I'm going to bring up the bottle. We're going to do the reveal now. I've teased long enough. I'm going to pop us on the side there. Jesse Morgan says, Claire is a legend. Drams raised to you, Claire. Absolutely. Another guess came in from Distillery 35. It's a good guess. We do get a good supply of good 35s coming through. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cask 1.244, raisin toast with butter to boast. I don't know. I just loved that name. And we sort of had to pick one out of the 400 odd names that got submitted. It is 1.244. It's the first distillery that's ever worked with the society. It's where it all started for us. And it's a look at, and I sort of gave a little hint about that just 10 minutes ago when I was saying that Pip Hills was hosting a tasting with 1.1. And that was sort of like a gathering. And that's where Andrew, so Durbridge, our cellar master, was working through with the team and saying what's available. And we worked through 8, 10, 12 different casks. We got some samples of this one, and it was approved by Australian members. They loved it. And we even had Australian tasting notes in this one. Fresh raisin bread with a generous spread of butter beside a plate of passion fruit and a mug of Earl Grey. Perfect to share at a gathering, it says. So, Sebastian and Claire, I really thank you so much for actually naming this. That's huge for us.
Oh, it was a pleasure. It was very exciting news to receive when you phoned me up. So it's great to be involved.
So as I said, because you named it, we'll send you a bottle on us as thanks for everything. And please make sure you open it, share it, however you want to go around it. And Claire, you were saying before you've got your family. It's almost expanded family of society members that you like to share these things with.
Right. That's right. In lockdown at the moment, it's a bit cheeky because we get it all to ourselves. But once we get out of lockdown, we'll be able to share it.
Yeah, fantastic.
But, Claire's dad, Claire's sister, and some of my best mates are all members, so I think they'll all be going in for a bottle as well.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. And I'm so glad because they'll all know that you named it. You're part of this history for us. We
won't ever let them forget it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're officially in the industry now. You can't ever leave. Trust me, I've tried. I'm kidding. But this is it's cask strength. It's 59.1%. It's a single cask, of course. It's only 221 bottles, but we're getting all of it, which is great. It's all for Australian members. It says up the side next to the flavor profile strip, approved by Australian members for a global gathering. I'm going to leave you two go. I'm not going to hold you up any longer. I really appreciate you just jumping in and having a chat with us about the name and how this all came about. And like I said, I'll pop your bottle as soon as it arrives. And thank you, your family, thank everyone for being a part of the society and share responsibly and safely at the moment, especially as well. So thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Matt.
Thanks.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Cheers. That's our 1.244. That's coming in. And Jesse Morgan says. He says here, I've just skipped his comment. True society citizens, sharing is such a great way to enjoy SMWS bottlings. Absolutely. And I just want to thank Sebastian and Claire for jumping in just now as well. Really means a lot to me. And it means a lot to our members to be able to see these kind of whiskies and actually to share them around with you as well. So this is our September whiskey. Now, I'm very lucky that I've got just a smidge of it in my glass here right now. So I'm going to have a taste of this now. I would have tasted this with Sebastian and Claire, but we're still waiting on some of the stock to come through. So we'll catch up with them again on another stream after the September Outturn's been. But I might just have a quick nose now. It is like raisin toast. It's got that raisin toast, buttery raisin toast nose straight away. Turkish delight. There's a bit of Earl Grey. And I think I even wrote in the tasting notes those milk arrowroot biscuits. The buttery milk arrowroot biscuits, toasty notes. It's lovely on the nose. Let me have a quick taste of that. There's some prickly fruit in there straight away on the palate. I'm going to add a drop of water. It is 59.1%. Add a dash of water to that. Question coming in whilst I'm just having a nose of that. Jesse Morgan asks, so how many bottles of this will be released? All of them. The whole cask is ours, 221. So expect to see pretty close to that number on Outturn. Some partner bars will probably grab some, and we'll probably put some aside for our events coming up. But pretty much the whole allocation, the whole cask is available, and there's no limit. Like if you want 1, 2, 3 bottles or whatever, it'll be also gathering malt of the month priced. It's very attractively priced. In fact, it's even a little bit lower than last year's, which is fantastic news for everyone wanting to grab one. Love the name. It's great to hear. There's so many good comments coming in. Ali Barner says, nice one. Ali, it's so good to see you. Yeah, all I got was all I had breakfast bubble gum. Yeah, breakfast bubble gum on those pictures. Yeah. Some of the flavors around it there. So that is 1.244. We're really happy to be able to release that, put that out for members. Now that's on the first Friday of the month, which is next Friday. Of course, this Saturday is Virtual Pub. I know I've banged on about this a number of times. We've sent emails and it's been on all our socials. Virtual Pub is really exciting for us because, lots of reasons why. One of the main ones is that we're doing huge giveaways for people who are keen to join the society. So new people like on the cusp of joining. So if you've got a friend who's looking to join the society, this Saturday night is the time to join. There's going to be some huge member offers that go out between 7 p.m. and midnight just that day. Same for member offers. We're going to be doing some really massive member offers on the night as well. So really excited by that. There's a tasting pack that goes with it. It's over on my desk there somewhere. That tasting pack is sold out. Doesn't matter. Just join along for the live music, for the giveaways, for the interviews, for the chats. It's going to be a big night of great entertainment just sitting at home, especially if you're locked down. It's a great opportunity. This is a really exciting time for us to be, like I say, at the society. We've got a lot going on. Like I say, this month, Malt of the Month is really exciting for us, 1.244. I encourage you to jump on a bottle. It's going to be really exciting for us to share this around. It's the kind of bottle you open up, share with friends, and be a part of that there. Some great comments coming through from Reza here. He's saying Golden Rough. First knows what Golden Rough, which Golden Buff, which opened the door to the beautiful world of Down Under. We took a stroll from warm golden aromas to herbal smells. Oh, these are great tasting notes. I'm going to have to read those. Very youthful, herbal infusion, jasmine tea, vanilla ice cream, almond oil, leather, citrus, ginger root on the nose. Wow, these are awesome tasting notes. Palate is sweet and spicy and oily and dark chocolate, mint tea. Golden Buff is the sweet grass for all, the remedy for the cold, the cure for the warm. Oh, those are some extremely detailed tasting notes. I'm going to have a dig into those. But again, it's great to be able to get this whole cask, especially from Distillery 1. It's where it all started for us. It's our Cellar Master's favorite distillery, but even that aside, it's such a exciting spirit that is in the juicy oak and vanilla. It's meant to be shared around. It's meant to be enjoyed, and really happy to announce this cask. So these are some of our tasting notes we've sent. I've put some sort of Manuka honey, arrowroot notes in there as well. Some sort of spiced fruits, Earl Grey tea, everything I like. It's just got that savory edge of a whiskey that I really enjoy as well, I'll be honest. Anyway, I got sidetracked. Virtual Pub is this Saturday. I encourage you to tune in, be a part of it. Your outturn will be in your inbox from midday tomorrow. Virtual Pub is Saturday night. It's a big night. It starts around 7, should finish around 10-ish. We've got, like I say, live music, giveaways, interviews, chats, and much more on the night, which is really exciting. So that's everything at the moment. We're also doing a big virtual tasting for Gathering. It's the virtual gathering, which involves the ultimate whiskey, chocolate, and pairing. For those who remember the mad scientist of chocolate, Krisner, from last year, he's back, and he's worked on some absolute wild contraptions. There's a .1 in the lineup. There's weird things like matcha green tea, chocolate. There's all sorts of things he's working on that is like he tells me the ingredients and I go, how does that even work? But he makes it work because he is the mad scientist of chocolate, like seriously. See you all at the pub, yes. And lots of good JOV this year. Yeah, we've had a few. But we've had a few of every sort of flavor profile this year. We haven't seen too many light and delicates or too many on the heavily peated sort of side. But I reckon we've had a really good sort of balance of profiles, especially over the next 2 outturns as well. September, October, really good balance. And November, December, we're working on at the moment as well, which is obviously our bumper issue, which we love. Oh, yeah. So Jay Hood says, I can't wait to do that again. Is that for Outturn next? Yes, this is September Outturn. This is our September Outturn virtual gathering. It gets part of the gathering month. We're doing this. We're working with Krisner again on this virtual tasting, which has 5 ridiculously good whiskeys that he's making each chocolate to each whiskey. If I get a chance to get Krisner on the live stream before we do our Outturn, I think next week we'll have a chat with him and we can sort of decipher what he's doing, because the flavors he's been working on seriously like otherworldly, and it's so exciting to see. James, I think you jumped on it last year, didn't you, James? Or did you miss out? I don't know, because last year's the chatter around last year's chocolate pairing was just unbelievable, and there was utter silence in the comment section a couple of times of people just like, is this real? How did he do that? And he's told me about some of the flavors he's working on for this one, and I'm saying the same thing. How does he do it? It's ridiculous. That's Outturn. That's a very, very, very brief look at Outturn. That's, of course, just more for the month. There's, of course, 13, 14 other casks in there this month, of course, which I'm not going to reveal just yet. Check your inboxes tomorrow at midday. It's all very exciting, and we'll see you all on for some streams next year. And I will appreciate Sebastian and Claire coming on and sharing their thoughts on that name. It's so great to meet members who are so enthusiastic. I'm sending them a bottle, of course, like I said, but you can grab a bottle for yourself on the Friday week on the launch of Outturn. Raisin toast with butter to boast. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great Thursday evening, and I'll see you all for Virtual Pub. Cheers.